This is the Scituate Council on Aging Board of Directors meeting. Today is April 17th, and I would like to start with an introduction of the board with
Audrey Reedy, Florence Cho,
John Howard,
Pam Davis.
Jim Harmon.
Dale Baylock.
Thank you. The minutes of the previous meeting, the March meeting, did everybody get a chance to read those? Yep. Anybody have any additions or corrections they wanted to make?
I'll tell you, the St. Patty's Day parade was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. They had a great turnout, and the people showed up. They had the young, little kids along the way. It's just a great thing for the town,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a great thing for people that live in there,
Yeah.
that area. You know, it's just something that historically, it's happened for, I forget how many years.
I don't know, but the people from out of town too like to bring their kids
Yes.
to it because it's very child oriented.
Absolutely.
Kid
I have
friendly.
a question.
Yeah.
Are we still at 26 vendors?
No, we have 28.
We do?
Well, that's a
Okay.
correction.
Okay.
28 vendors.
Well, it was 26, the thing is, it was 26 at the
No, I just
last,
asked.
at the last
That's it. No,
meeting,
in the
it was
meeting- in the
26.
minutes, it was
This
26.
is the minutes
I know,
of
that's
the
what I'm
last
saying,
meeting.
on these
Yeah.
minutes, it was, oh, okay.
So at that time,
At
that's
that time it
correct,
was-
that
okay.
number is
At that
correct for
point,
that
it's correct.
number.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that stays because it was at that March
Mhm.
13th meeting.
Yeah.
So anything else that anybody,
I make a motion the meeting, the minutes be accepted.
all
Second.
in favor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Florence,
Okay,
staff and director report.
all right. March proved to be a good month for the COA programs overall, had good attendance in spite of the bad weather. The St. Patrick's Day event was a success because it was full to capacity and everyone enjoyed the food and the entertainment. However, it was sad that many seniors remained on a waiting list. There are plans for a home at the Gates building if town voters agree. In the meantime, we will continue to offer the best services we can to Scituate seniors. We had a wonderful intergenerational dinner courtesy of the Cushing PTO. It was held at the Scituate Harbor Community Building and everyone had a great time. The food was great and so was the entertainment. Seniors are raving about those programs promoted that are intergeneration. Whoever said seniors don't like kids and kids don't like seniors don't know what they're talking about. For those non-believers out there, I invite you to attend a function to see for yourself. We, Q and I, were successful in getting the billing out that reflects the true amount owed by GATRA. And we got a check for $27,000 plus and just billed out $5,700 for March. GATRA will be returning to the town $93,000 for transportation during this fiscal year.
Yay, thank you.
That's great.
We
When is it
expect-
gonna start?
It started, for us, it's been going since July. The other one, I don't know. I have nothing to do with it.
You know who was working on that Commission on Disabilities out there?
I know, I got a
It's on
call
the
from
agenda.
them. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
When
Okay,
does it
sorry.
start? Have I seen a Gap truck I was going through such.
Where they're using our vans.
Oh,
GATRA
alright.
that does the seniors are using
Yeah,
our
I've
vans.
seen that.
And as they deteriorate, they'll replace them with GATRA trucks.
okay.
Let's see, programs for March 2013. March was busy with programs at the Scituate Senior Center, the Scituate Harbor Community Building. Memoir writing with Dale began anew on March 12th. We had several seniors sign up, some of whom had taken the class before and want to continue to expand their knowledge and continue their memoir writing. Pilates class was started again, but due to a lack of participants, it has been canceled. The time of 5 p.m. has proven to be a difficult one for any new venture we have started at the COA. We held a forum at the Scituate Harbor Community Building on tax breaks for seniors. It was well attended, and we appreciate the great job that our town assessor, and the reason his name is in there is because I was looking it up to spell it and I forgot to put it in. The town assessor did a lot of our seniors, did. A lot of our seniors were better informed about the requirements needed and the process to be completed when applying for a tax base. Our cable station director, John Rosa, was kind enough to record it, and it will be run on a regular basis. So those seniors who could not attend will not be left out. Every town has some differences in their tax breaks. Some towns have a lot more breaks, some towns have less breaks. So it's really important, especially for new people or seniors who are just coming into town, to know what the breakdowns are. A lot of them don't know. One of the things I found today, I had a woman who was looking, she had her husband at the Hingham daycare, day program. And that is payable by veterans if you fulfill a certain, if you have a certain income. She got the application. She was here for the support program. She was one of our people who do the dementia and the Alzheimer's support. And she had gotten the application, and she said it was 13 pages.
Oh.
And she said, she was very confused by it, and I said to her, look, one of the things, and this goes for everything that seniors have to fill out, one of the things in those forms that you need to know first, before you go to all the trouble and the aggravation of filling them out, is to find out what the requirements are. In this particular case, that woman would have filled out 13 pages, and her income was a little above what it had to be. So she would not have gotten any help irregardless, and she would have gone to all the trouble of filling out the applications. It's the same way with the seniors with the tax breaks. There are applications for them all, and there are certain qualifications. Probably I know that the easiest one, and that has a really, really high amount of money that you can have, is the Community Preservation Act. That is taken out every year on your taxes, quarterly. And for seniors that are over 65, they can make up to almost $70,000 in income, and they don't look at assets, and they can have that community preservation tax set aside. So that's worth, but the thing with that one is that you have to go down to the assessor's office during the month of March, because that's the only time they accept those. So everything has a catch. The same with, the tax circuit breaker, which is seniors can save up to $1,000. But there are certain qualifications that you have to have, and you should know. So rather than chase that rabbit, all you have to do is call this office and speak to someone here. We can give you the information about qualifications. We'll save you a lot of money. I mean, in terms of running back and forth with gas or whatever you're going to do to fill it out, and it will save you a lot of aggravation. So if you are thinking of applying for any of those, and you're not sure whether or not you qualify, just call us at 781-545-8722, and we can give you that information, and it should be very helpful.
Good idea.
So, okay. And I was very pleased. John was very, very nice to do this to record it, and it will be shown. He will put in a loop, and it will be shown on a regular basis. We do not have, like some towns have, right in their website, right in the town website, they have all that information. And they
Mhm.
have all the qualifications, and all you have to do is flash out. We don't have that. So it's not
Can we
something
get
that
that?
people. I don't know, I have no idea. I don't know how they're set up. That would be a question for the selectmen, I would imagine, or the town administrator. But this way, at least there is something that is out there for them, and they know it exists. So we thank John very, very much for doing that. Zumba Gold was introduced at the Harbor Community Center, and it looks like it is going to be quite popular with the younger seniors. It's a lot of fun and really good form of exercise. We are in the process of planning our health fair, and unlike the past one, our committee participants were unable to make many meetings due to issues that had sprung up.
Like what?
Well, there were people that had illness, they had to, you know.
Out of town.
They had to go out of town, there
Oh,
were,
okay.
you know,
I
things
didn't know
like
it
that.
was a
Yeah.
mechanical type
Yeah,
issue.
no. We had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day party, and it was usually full, as usual, full to capacity. We always said that, we were always all sad because of the lack of space. Many seniors were unable to attend. And the reason, and I really want to stress this with the seniors, because a lot of seniors were very upset about missing that. And we get an awful lot of calls. So I might as well say it here, and maybe it'll answer some of their questions. The reason it was not held at the Scituate Harbor Community Building, as you know, many of them had said, why don't you just hold it over there and you can have more people? Yeah, that is very true, but the meal was going to be corned beef and cabbage and vegetables, which needs a full kitchen. And if I had a caterer do a meal like that extensive, it would have ended up costing a few $1,000s, which we do not have, and the seniors do not have $10 a piece to pay for it. So we were, because of that, we had to have it here, because we were able to cook. We do have a full kitchen. And therefore it was held here. We were only able to accommodate 45 seniors, and that was something that there was no way we could have addressed that any differently. So I'm really sorry to those who were left out and feel badly, because we feel badly too. Thanks so much to the volunteer cooks, Kathy God and Jerry Biamonte, for our wonderful volunteers who serve the food. We are continuing with our efforts to promote intergenerational programs, as we have had wonderful outcomes with those that we have held. At present, we are working with the high school study class, and 15 seniors have volunteered to share their experiences they had as youth in America. Jim, did you volunteer for that?
Yes.
Good. A Girl Scout troop was able to get their cooking badge by using the center's kitchen. While they were there, their leader made arrangements with our art instructor for her class, the art class, to help the girls with their art badges. Not only are the girls excited by this, but Joanne Papandrea and her wonderful class are excited to begin.
That's great.
We are having a pizza party and a talent show for Jenkins second graders on May 17th at 4 p.m. This was decided after the March-April newsletter went out. So if anyone out there, young or old, wants to attend, please call 781-545-8722 and ask for Florence. It should be really, really precious, and it should be a lot of fun. So, and,
I have 2 questions.
yes,
I don't want to interrupt.
that's all right,
Why Jenkins School's second grade?
because that's who asked to come in.
Intergenerational.
It's intergenerational. They asked to come in.
The other question is, Why would Pilates, why does it have to start at 5 o'clock?
Because the instructor has to be certified, and that was the only time she was available.
I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Okay. So it's, that's all I have, respectfully submitted. Okay, our social service monthly reports. The home visits were 4, office visits at the Council on Aging were 17, meetings or events attended were 1, telephone calls 54, referrals made 15, duplicated numbers, that means people had been there before, 81, unduplicated numbers, new people that had come in for the first time were 45. This month, social services met with other social services, outreach workers here at the Council on Aging to meet a woman who has bilateral cochlear implants. This was important information for all of us who work with seniors and others who might need an alternative to hearing aids, and not know that Medicaid and other insurance policies do cover this important assistive device. We meet regularly as a group to discuss resources available to seniors. Okay, transportation. In March, the daily numbers were 492, and the link was 56. The map, we do not use that. The volunteer drivers, there are 6 of them, for a total of 554 rides. And the total volunteer hours were 12. The drivers, we had no escort on. In fact, I don't believe we have an escort, a volunteer escort right now anyway. So if anyone's interested, please let me know. That's somebody who, lots of times, sometimes we get a senior. We had a good example the other day. We had a gentleman who called, and he usually goes on the van to the VA because that's where he gets his health care. And we have no problem, we take him all the time. He goes to Jamaica Plain or Brockton, depending on what the service is. And he called for one ride, which was fine. It was perfectly, we were capable of doing that. It was a ride he could do by himself, unassisted. The second ride that he wanted, I had to say, I don't think so unless I can find a volunteer. This gentleman is a veteran. He's in his 80s. He lives alone. He has no family here. He was going for a complete, he was having all of his teeth removed. And he would be anesthetized. We have a rule on the van, and so does the South Shore South Shore drivers, the vendors that we have, that you cannot ride our vans if you're going to have any kind of surgery that's going to be, you're going to be in that, because there's an enormous liability. We don't know if you're gonna fall.
But what are they gonna do?
We still haven't worked it out. He's canceled that appointment, and we're trying to find out.
Where is the surgery?
It's going to be at Jamaica Plain, VA, which is Heath Street in Jamaica Plain. And so we do get that every so often, and that's why, I mean, you know, sometimes we do have volunteers. We also have people who like to do their own grocery shopping. I mean, people of a certain income can get someone to do their shopping, but some people, even within that income, want to do it themselves. And, but they're not steady on the vans. So we had 2 volunteers that used to ride the vans with them, and they would help you make sure that they were stable, and they also would go into the stores with them to help them. We have lost both those volunteers. So right now, when somebody calls us, and one of the things that we have to do is we have to ascertain whether these people can ride the van alone. Some of them can't because of, you know, it's not wheelchair access, because we can do that. It's the fact that they may be blind, they may have impediments, that they can't walk well. So, and they're not gonna be steady, and they could fall, they could injure themselves and one of the other seniors on the band. So, you know, so we have to say, unless somebody comes with you, you know, and oftentimes some people don't wanna ask anyone, so they don't go. We feel terrible when that happens, but that is just part of the thing today, where we have so many seniors, almost 6,000 in this town. Many who are living way past the 90s, many who are not well. And we really need to step up to the plate and figure out what we're gonna do in the future. So, so if anyone is interested in volunteering, please give me a call. I would be more than happy to talk to you.
What days, any day, every day?
It's not every day. Usually it's, you know, if we have a volunteer, we just say, what day can you do it? And, you know, so, and then we'll work it out with the person and say, okay, we can get you an escort, but you need to make your appointment with the physician on a certain day.
Can they go shopping at Shaw's, or do they have to go to the village market?
We go to Shaw's now.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Shaw's is upgraded.
Yeah.
They were taken over, and you can't believe the change after this takeover.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Well, when I came
You
in,
mean Shaw's, you found a big difference?
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Well, what do you mean by a change? I've been there, what do you mean by a change?
Well, I mean.
It looks the same visually.
Well.
No, basically
I
visually.
think, no, I think it's an upgrade. They were bought out.
Yeah, but,
And-
I'm just interested to hear what you mean by
It
change.
was just there.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, they have more people in the store. The old Shaw's, you'd go in, and there'd be like one person cutting meat, and then you're looking for somebody to help you out in this aisle. There's never
Yeah.
anybody there.
So staff
staff-
customer
Right.
ratio is much better than it was.
Absolutely.
And that's good,
Yeah,
that's good.
because I mean, if you walk in there,
Yeah.
you don't know what aisle you're supposed to walk
Yeah,
down.
then you
and
walk
when you
out.
walk down there, you're in
That's
the wrong
great.
aisle.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
I think this is impressive that you've gone up 110 in
Well-
transportation.
Well, March, we did also have some bad weather.
Gotcha. I always thought I liked
About
those
it.
numbers. and then go up, make sure that
Well,
everybody's
we
serviced.
anticipate that this year we'll be doing 7,000 rides.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
Now, volunteers 6. Where are they volunteering? You know what I'm just saying, and how long? They come in for an hour, or they're
Driving people.
These are
to appointments.
these people were driving to their
Mhm.
appointments.
Okay.
Yeah, Pam does that.
Yeah.
Pam is on our list of volunteers, has been since she started
Yeah.
with the senior center. So she's
6
been
years.
6 years, she's been driving people. And we actually do have money to reimburse, but most people who drive don't want it. Most people do not want the reimbursement, they just will do it. They don't usually go outside of, say, they'll go to Plymouth or they'll go, but they
South
won't
Shore
go to
area.
Boston, the South
You
Shore,
don't
they
have to go
stay
to
with it.
Boston.
No,
I don't know Boston anymore.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't wanna go to Boston. And it's, you know, it's finding a parking space, although you can, you know, the bigger hotels, bigger hospitals, they, you know,
So
have
many of
someone
them
there
go
to
to
park
valet
your car.
parking.
They do, but you can pay for that, you know? So,
Yeah.
it's, and you know, seniors always will say, you know, you know, what do I owe the driver? And we always say, you know, you don't owe the driver anything. If you want to give the driver some, you know, something to thank them, that's between you and the driver. We are not gonna suggest that you give them any amount. If you want, then you can say, you know, and most of the time, a lot of them will do that, and the person will say no.
I've never taken it, and what I do is I suggest that if you want to make a contribution, send this money to the Council on Aging, because
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
not gonna take it. Sometimes they've given me the money and say, please take it down there, because they don't wanna waste the
Yeah.
stamp. And I've done that, brought Q money, but,
That's a good idea.
yeah.
I for
I
one,
get thank you notes all the time, which is wonderful.
thank you notes are wonderful.
Yeah.
I love thank you notes. I love to send them, I love to get them. But, you know, I for one, and I'm here all the time, I'm here a lot of the time. I was totally unaware of this problem of having no escorts at all. And I could not commit to one particular day, but a situation like this gentleman, you know, work it out with me and the gentleman. I hate to have this one instance go unchecked. Or if there's somebody that wants to go shopping, I mean,
Would you go
I
to
know-
make a complaint? Would you take that?
I would in this case, because, you know, he has nobody.
Yeah.
Might get a veteran's home.
That's a long ways.
It is,
It is
it's
a
a
long
terrible
ways.
ride.
And if you miss
But
a
there's no
turn,
veteran services?
No, I'm not saying driving him, I'll go with him on the van.
Yeah,
You can't, I don't even drive to Boston for my own medical appointments. But I'm saying,
right.
you know, I'm sure any one of us, I don't wanna, you know, particularly if somebody wants to go to Shaw's, I mean, how many hours in the morning could that take, you know?
Oh, it's usually a couple of hours.
Right.
Yeah,
So I was totally unaware of this issue,
yeah,
but I would ride on the van with the man, you know.
right. So, well, that's good, and I will let you know, and you as
You're on the
well,
list.
that, and,
In other cases like that, if the person has no family member, you know, gee, that can't be, he can't go unchecked like that. He can't walk around supposed to have his teeth out and not have them out. There must be ache in his mouth.
My concern is this, I have no problem, you know, driving in town, the whole thing.
Oh, I
My
know.
concern is bringing them home. Now you're gonna leave them alone.
Yeah.
Bleeding is a big factor here.
you're right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know,
I,
that's the
you know,
frightening part.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think at his age,
He ought to be
he ought to
admitted
be admitted.
overnight.
I agree,
Mm.
I
Have it done,
agree,
admit him.
Oh,
absolutely
yeah, okay,
agree
that's
with you.
a
Yeah,
separate-
it's
Because he could
hazardous.
have a clot,
Absolutely.
there's so
Yeah.
many things that could happen. It is not, but this is, you know, in our healthcare, I mean, I see that all
The
the
mouth
time
is so
now.
vascular,
Mm.
Yeah,
And just the
so,
reaction to the,
Medication.
Medication too.
yeah, yeah.
Being unsteady on your
that's
feet.
hazardous, he ought to be admitted.
Yeah.
I would suggest,
Well,
Well,
yeah,
then
but
it-
they're not gonna admit him if they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Look at that woman that was left in the halls at South Shore Hospital during the storm because the EMTs brought her over there because they wouldn't put her in the shelter. And she was there all night long, and they said, we're not gonna admit you, and they didn't admit her. And her daughter, who has 5 children, called an ambulance, and the only place she could take her mother outside of that hospital she knew was mom, was her son's in Rockland. And she paid $1,200 for an ambulance ride. And then she's in Rockland calling me that Monday saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm calling all over the place trying to find some kind of, an answer for this person. And,
was anybody at South Shore Hospital aware of this?
yes, absolutely. And their
Top
answer to
brass
me
knew
was,
this, the
I don't know if the top brass knew, but
But it's
everyone
in
in
the
the
ER.
ER knew. Absolutely. I spoke to them.
bad public relations.
You know, and she
my
was
wife is
not,
out of there now, so she's,
No connection.
she,
Oh, I spent
Yeah.
the first 20 years there,
yeah.
and it was,
Well,
they
she
do
wasn't-
good work, but
she was not the only one. She really wasn't the only one. And the one thing that I did find, seniors, and was told this again yesterday, and reminded of this and said, you need to tell the seniors, and I have told several, but I have not made it. If you are admitted for observation, if you are put into observation, they will not pay, insurance will not pay the bill. You need to be admitted.
There was a big thing on the, Sue wrote a big thing on, in the paper about that. You could be kept
not
there like
everybody
2
knows
days.
that, and if you're sick, it's not your top concern.
Yeah.
It's when you recover and you get the bill a month
Then you
later,
go
that
back
you're
to
driving
shock.
sick,
Yeah.
all over again.
Yeah. So, you know, so these are things that, you know, we have to check, but,
It's good information.
we have a lot of, you know, as I said at the beginning of the year, you know, we are, we have limitations to what we can do. And we have certainly where, you know, there's a lot of things that, you know, are on my wish list, as everyone knows, especially the social day program. But, the thing we can do is we can address health and well-being for our seniors. And we can get information out, we can do the forums, we can try to bring speakers in, you know, things that would help them, as in their daily lives, so that they can stay healthy, both mentally and physically. And, that is something that that's something that we are putting our efforts towards. I mean, we will continue to have parties, but this is something we can do, and this is something that's needed.
Well, you know, knowledge is power. If we can help them to empower themselves a little bit, at least, I think that's a huge
Which
effort.
leads right into the health fair.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
April 26th.
yes, we have 28 vendors.
28 vendors.
28 people who are coming. We have some great,
Prizes?
we have Beth,
We have those two.
we have Brigham's and Women's is coming in to do vascular screening.
Oh, great.
So is this gonna be published?
Yeah, it has been.
Oh, it has been
And we
already?
continue to try.
This is, whoever did this did a great job, the colors, you know, I mean, it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
people.
That's Teresa.
Teresa's, yeah,
Sure.
Teresa
What's
Dwayne.
Teresa's last name?
Dwayne.
Teresa Dwayne created these
Dwayne.
stay alive signs.
She did a great
So,
job.
I mean, we're really excited about the level
Can
of,
can I
Yeah.
interject here? I don't know how many more signs we have or if we can get more, but I have started, trying to procure prizes.
Mhm.
And I've actually been pretty successful for the short time that, you
Yeah.
know. But I only had one sign with me to show people to
Like
correlate.
this?
Yeah.
You know,
But
take
there were
these.
none of the stores in the harbor have any of these signs, and I was also over at North Scituate Village, North Scituate, and none of the stores over there have them either. And when I was in CVS today for my own personal reasons.
they won't put anything
No,
up
no,
there.
no, but I was talking, as usual, about the health fair, and the young lady says to me, well, this is the first I've heard of it, because I invited, you know, I said, come over next Friday. So, we need to make more of an effort to get these signs out there, I
Well, it's
guess.
been in the newspaper.
Well, you know, I
every
did, oh,
week.
no, I
Yeah.
said to her, it was in the Mariner, and I said it was,
But you
But
said
not
you
everybody
said there's one
reads.
in the marketplace, right?
I think there was.
there's one at
On the
McGill
left-hand
Garden.
side, when you're looking at the billboards, top
Yeah.
left-hand side.
Yeah.
I think
This is a great time to tell everybody about it. Everybody watching TV.
Yeah.
Staying Alive is the what we're calling. It's on a Friday, April 26th, 9 to 3, at the Scituate Harbor Community Building, which is the old Pier 44. There'll be all sorts of information and demonstrations, free blood pressure check, free hearing clinic, free bone density. Just, if you have any questions, you can call here.
We will also have the Lions iMobile will be in the parking lot to
Great.
check for glaucoma and to do eye exams. So that's going to be there, as well.
So you have to mark your calendar.
Yeah.
Friday, April
Yeah.
26th, 10 to 3.
So, we're excited about it. We've got to get signs out next week. It's just been, we've had a lot of one on top of another, so, I mean, I have to say, Nancy and Jenny have been really great with this.
Yeah.
They really have. I mean, they've really, stepped up to the plate because we did have some people who, you know, who were going to do a lot more and were part of this and who are not doing not
Didn't step
able
up.
to do it. So, so I thank both those ladies, the young ladies, they have really done a very, very good job with this and have been a big help.
Well, not to mention, Florence has done a ton of work on this as usual. Now, she doesn't pay me to say these things, and many meetings have gone by and I haven't given her any compliments. But I'm on the health fair committee and I am here a lot anyway, aside from that. But, this is something that she's genuinely wanting to be successful, and she's worked very hard to make that happen. And sometimes you have a larger team or a smaller team, but through it all, Florence has been, really plugging away at this. And, I think it is gonna be a success, I really do.
Isn't that the name of a song?
Yes,
Yeah.
What?
That's it.
Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees
Yeah.
played this, and I think we should jump on that.
Yeah, do we have a record, does
John
anyone
Travolta.
have Bee Gees record for Staying Alive or a CD?
No, but
I'd love to
that-
play it.
That'd be great to have that,
Playing in the background,
playing
Yeah,
in the background.
I think
on
so.
a repeat thing.
Yeah,
On a repeat.
yeah.
We said
Well, we have the
1,000 times.
bows right there, I mean, we have a bows.
I think
We could bring it
that'd be a
down.
great plus.
That's
Yeah,
your job,
yeah,
Jim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well-
I can sing too, a little bit, a little song.
Have you got a white suit and a piano?
Yeah. Can we talk about a couple of things that are coming up? One of the things that is coming up is a forum in September. We were going to do it in June, but there's just too many things going on. So we are going to do it in September. I don't have a date yet. It will be at the Scituate Harbor Community Building, so I better get a date. And what we are going to do, it's going to be a forum on Alzheimer's and dementia. I don't know if anyone saw in the paper that they expect by 2010 to 20 years, Alzheimer's will at least, and dementia will be at least doubled. Seniors are living longer, so sometimes that's the issue. Sometimes it's disease, sometimes with Alzheimer's, that's a whole different story, but dementia is very common. And that usually has to do with some kind of, health problem. So we have a lot of seniors here. We have a lot of people that are affected by this. One of the other things that is very, very, very difficult for these people, and I have a support group here if anyone is interested, and it's held the third Wednesday of every month. We have seniors who will spend more on care for their loved ones in the course of their illness, more than someone with a heart condition and more than someone with cancer. So there are many, many seniors who tell me after their husband has passed or right before their husband has passed, I would have a very different retirement if it were not so. And so we need to address this because as seniors are aging more, and they're growing in leaps and bounds. Like I say, every town here has a problem, not a problem, but has an increase, a huge increase in the South Shore of seniors and everywhere else. So that's very important. So we will keep you updated on that, but that's something that really touches everybody. It touches everybody, so.
Okay.
I think September's probably a better month anyway,
People traveling. and
Yeah.
so on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good better
Start
turnout.
out, people.
Okay, old business, does anybody have anything, old business that they wanna rehash? New business, anyone have anything? I didn't put anything specific because I didn't have anything, other than the comment that, when we had the discussion the other day about the gentleman who came in and saw you about having a forum for the candidates running for selectmen.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Um,
I had a gentleman who's a senior who came in, and he had actually gone to talk to the selectmen, the individuals who are running. And he had been reading their blurbs and what they've said, and I have to say, I haven't been reading them all, but evidently this man has. And he, as a senior, did not feel that they demonstrated any interest in seniors. And
I've heard one or two feel that there isn't enough seniors in the town to be concerned about a senior center. That was
that's
a
so,
quote.
that's,
One of them said that?
you know which one it was?
I'm not gonna say, because that's what I overheard.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's just
Too bad.
worthy of getting
That's-
out and
that's
voting for anybody that's gonna support
6,000
seniors.
people is a big percentage of people.
There's only
dismiss.
18,000 in this town.
They need to be corrected, we need education out there.
Yeah.
Well, I would.
Noisy wheel gets grease, remember?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All the other.
Yeah. If we, can we have, I mean,
I
We
don't
don't
know.
really have the time to, between now and the 30th.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't really have the time
Yeah.
to put
well,
that
if they,
together.
they probably would, the four of them
They
probably
did.
wouldn't wanna give any of their time
They have not had
simultaneously.
any kind of.
You have to get four of them.
Yeah, you have to get,
Yeah.
yeah, to get it
Yeah.
organized.
So it's a
and
week
to
from next
publicize it.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
How many
Their
of them
schedules
were
are
there?
jam-packed.
I'm sure they are, yeah. So it would have been a nice thought along, a couple of months ago, or a month ago. But it's just too short notice, unfortunately, right now. But you can always, I would imagine you could call and talk to these people. As a senior, you have a question about how they feel about the senior population and what they feel like they can do for the seniors in the future if they're elected as your selectman.
I did stop and speak last year on my way to vote to Martin O'Toole. And he's very supportive of seniors, he said, which is worthy of consideration.
Okay, well, make your phone call, or call the newspaper and ask them if they wanna do something on short notice.
Because, every week in the Mariner, they have a question
Right.
for the four candidates. But the question is never really directly related to the senior issue, of seniors.
Well, that could be a way to start.
Yeah, so this time, I think between now and, you could maybe mention to Ruth Thompson or Nancy White.
I'd talk to Nancy.
Yeah, because
And ask her question
Yeah.
how.
Yeah,
if they could have a question that was,
yeah,
Focus on the seniors.
right, every week it's
Yeah.
one great question for the four of them to respond to, and none of them relates to a senior issue.
okay. All right, I'll call Nancy tomorrow.
Good
Okay.
idea. Good
Okay.
idea to call her, not my idea.
The reports, nothing else for new business? Okay, the reports for this month. Joan, do you have anything on social services?
Well, last meeting, we went over the bylaws. They had a draft in bylaws, I think the next one we're probably gonna vote on it.
Okay.
And the board training was about the senior care organizations, which are about Mass Health and Medicare, working with insurance companies, about eligibility and all the different details.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And there's no increase in federal funds. So that was about it.
Okay. I don't know if Jerry had a meeting. with the Commission on
Jerry,
Disabilities.
no, there is only one thing, one meeting, they haven't had a meeting in 2 or 3 months, but there is a meeting
Coming up.
this month, but it's really something that they have been working with as a group, and Jerry is not part of that board, so it would be appropriate for him
Okay.
to go to.
Okay. I did get a call from Richard when he was stuck in traffic, which is why he's not here at the meeting tonight, and he said that he did go on the tour.
I saw him on TV.
You
you see
did?
it? Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
And I never see our meeting, I never seem to tune in the right time, but I did do that, and the police chief, when I watched it, they were in the police station.
Oh, good.
And he was given, he and a couple of other people, a lot of information.
Yeah. So they filmed the actual tour?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
police
it
station
was
and
the tour.
and the town hall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, his observations were that the police station absolutely just doesn't work. It's inadequate.
That's where they were.
Yeah, in several areas. And the fire station is primarily in the wrong place, which everybody realizes it should be closer to the other side of town.
And mine, it doesn't get serviced.
No, yeah, or
So
not,
that's something.
yeah, not
Terrible.
as quickly as it
Terrible
should.
that it's been voted on.
They're gonna have a problem in Hammerock too,
That's right.
because that fire, that
Yeah.
fire apparatus cannot get into the garage.
That's terrible.
Did you hear at town meeting? We don't have anybody to man a ladder truck
A ladder truck, because of the shortage of firemen.
because of these
The budget cuts, is that
vacancies
the
that have
budget
not
cuts?
been filled.
That's right, there usually has been, this has been going on for quite a while, and they are like 4 men short on every team. And,
That's bad.
Not enough
It really
to
is.
man two
Scary.
ambulances, even though we have them.
right, and because that was the question, why was there only 1 ambulance used from somebody? And the other thing was that, somebody complained that, well, why is it necessary? And I think that was good, and I think a lot of people ask this question, so maybe we can give Rick Judge a helping hand here and reiterate what he said. What happens when somebody calls 911 and it's a wellness check or any kind of a health issue or a safety issue? The fire department is dispatched immediately. They go and they are accompanied by the ambulance and a ladder and a police car. Now, there have been questions about why is that always needed? Why just, not just have the ambulance? And Chief Judge's answer to that was that ambulance, you don't know what you are seeing, you don't know what type of building you're going into, you can have very narrow stairs, you can have
300
issues
pound
that,
people.
yeah, and every one of our firemen, they may not be, they are trained at least as EMTs. So they are certainly qualified to be there. And this is a safety and a liability issue. It's a safety issue for the home and the people that they're going to, and it's a liability for the town. So it's necessary for them to do what they're doing.
They do that in Boston too.
They do it everywhere.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
But I mean, people, when I was working in Boston, people
you wanna talk about
had the same question, why?
I just want to let people know, we're going to have a community dinner on the 28th, and the Rotary Club is doing the dinner. It's going to be pasta and meatballs and salads and sundaes
Where?
at St. Luke's. It's always at St. Luke's, the 4th Sunday of the month.
Fourth Sunday.
And if there's other organizations that would like to help with that, they'd be very much appreciated.
What time? Just for
5 o'clock.
the audience.
Oh, one other thing happened today. Someone called about the trips we used to have.
Oh, I know it, they were wonderful.
And the reason we stopped was because we don't have a friends organization, so everything goes through the town. But what was happening is that the buses are usually 40, you have to have 40 people, or they won't take you. And we were having a hard time filling those vans, and then when we did fill them, people were supposed to be paying, and at the last minute, they were withdrawing. And so what happened is we couldn't get them to run because there wasn't enough people and we couldn't make up the money. So we stopped having them. But over the last 3 or 4 months, I've gotten so many calls. And so what we're trying to do right now, and if any senior who wants to come in and help us brainstorm, because I'd love to see the trips start again. And if somebody would come in and help us brainstorm about the best way to do this, we're looking at possibly, maybe there's a vendor out there that only needs 30 people on the bus. So anyhow, but we've got so much on our plates now. If we have some seniors who are really want to do those trips and they enjoy them so much, come in and see me and you can help in the process.
How about the trip to the casino?
You know,
remember
we
that?
couldn't
You
even,
remember those days?
Which days did you
The Knights of
Casino.
Columbus, doesn't somebody run one all the time anyway?
Yeah.
Knights of Columbus,
the Knights of
what's the one on 3A, Knights of Columbus?
that's in the foreign wall.
Yeah.
Veterans of Foreign
Knights of
War.
Columbus. They
I
run
can
one all the
remember having
time.
the bus out here.
Periodically.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
those days are gone, I guess.
Well, it's the thing, we couldn't fill them, even with
Yeah.
the casino. And you have to have 40 people on the van.
Yeah, the only way they could do that is have different stops as they
Yeah.
work their
I
way
mean,
down.
there's certainly more than enough people to fill those vans.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of, we gotta figure out how to do it and whether or not we can find another carrier that doesn't take as many.
That's good,
That's right.
because they were excellent, the trips.
Yeah.
I'll bet they.
Oh, there's always prepayment, no money back.
Yeah.
Because
But that's any reservation. We just need to enforce that. But there's any reservation, they're not gonna give you your money back.
No, but here, I mean, when I first started, the trips were going on, and people were backing out and wanted their money, the seniors wanted their money back. If you prepay and you, under no circumstances, if you back out for whatever reasons, if you don't get your money back, but you still had enough money to pay the bus company, then
The
what?
bus would go.
The bus would go, whether there's 2 people on it or
That's right.
20.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
That's a good way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah,
If, I have a question.
sure.
We'll move on from that to something else. Again, to give Florence kudos, I was in the library and the research librarian and I had a long chat, and her idea is to set up a program that we can be involved in getting books from the library to the seniors that can't get out.
Oh, that's
I
good.
think that's a
idea.
great
That's a good-
idea.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
It is.
Yeah.
Because it-
That's-
I had said we better get through the health fair before.
Right.
Yeah, I did
No,
say
but
that.
that's
Well,
a-
that,
that's a great-
yes, and I did too.
But she said, oh, I remember that. I said, well, first things
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
But that's a tremendous idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's very helpful. We have a lot of people who never get out, and, you know.
And reading is
Yeah.
a great escape.
Right.
Even if it could somehow be correlated with Meals on Wheels, when the person goes to deliver the meals, brings the books.
We don't wanna do that. We'll have volunteers who will do that, yeah.
It's
Because
getting
that's a
on the
separate
books
entity.
now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we will put out the information to Meals on Wheels. There'll be a flyer in every bag, but, no, we're not gonna put that on the Meals on Wheels.
One thing at a time.
That's right.
Okay, if no one has anything else, we're going to adjourn the meeting.
I make
All
a
in
motion,
favor?
the meeting be adjourned.
We'll accept that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Put it back on.
No.
See you later.
No, no.
Have a good evening.
Goodbye, Scituate.
You know, Florence, and of course, I'm in favor of it too. Florence, you wanna explain about the donation letters, how they, don't jump up yet, Jeopardy's not started yet.
It's back there.
Yeah, but,
And there's smoke coming out of the
oh,
car.
okay.
What do we do with them?
I have them right here, but.
Yeah, we wanted to ask, Jill has been, Dale has been doing this by herself and trying to get donations. And we have some letters, and people usually know somebody who
Wait a
may
minute.
donate
Donations for what?
for the,
Prizes for the health fair.
prizes for the health fair.
Okay.
Not only, if you,
Yeah.
like your buddy Paul, the woodworker,
Oh, yeah,
don't you know him? I mean.
yeah. I don't know if he's gonna donate a.
Well, I mean,
I'll ask.
yeah,
Hey, you
I
want
mean,
some?
I got two
Already
free
collected.
tickets today from the movie theater,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
good, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't know me, I just walked
Yeah.
in and, you know,
Yeah.
and I got,
Look at that poster.
Yep.
Just this one.
I got quite a few, I just walked in and,
Mhm.
some promising me when I come back, you know.
Yeah.
But if this is just like, I mean, do you have
We have a
anybody?
couple more.
Yeah, cause there's a ton of places, like O'Brien's is gonna give us one,
Mhm.
but I have to go,
We paid
this is
very
what I was
well.
talking about at the health committee meeting in the beginning. I have to go back to all these places.
Mhm.
So, and I don't mind, but that's,
Yeah.
you know, very, you know, just your buddies, you have a lot on your plate.
Kevin would ask.
You do too,
Yeah.
the woodworker.
Yeah.
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 Do have buddies.
Hopefully she'll come.
Nobody's working though.